season. Well, deer hunting has been going on since September here in Michigan, but a majority of Michigan hunters will really be getting started in the woods this weekend.
Yeah, deer firearm season kicks off on Saturday, and of course we've got to send our own hunter out into the woods this morning. Andy Curtis with more on what you need to know if you're planning to join him this weekend. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Janice. Good morning, Elliot. That's right. What you need to know is a lot of other hunters will be in the woods starting Saturday, November 15th to November 30th. The 2-week regular firearm season for deer starts here in Michigan, and it's a big one. Don't worry, though, if you strike out and you're not lucky during that 2-week window. There are plenty of extended seasons here in the great state of Michigan. We can actually hunt whitetail up to January 31st, depending on where you're hunting them and what you're using. We'll take a look at the regs on our website, fox17online.com. You want to double check those to know when and where you can hunt for that long. But the granddaddy of them all, the big show, starts this Saturday, November 15th. That's when most hunters get out into the field. The DNR says that last year, 2024, 180,000 white-tailed deer were shot during the 2-week regular season for firearm, and that adds up to be about half of the total amount of deer taken across all seasons here in Michigan for that year. So yeah, it's a big deal, and that means a lot more people are going to be out in the woods. So if you're going to be one of them, here's a few tips, a few pro tips from me. Make sure you've got your license. That's a no-brainer. Make sure it's the right one. A lot of people, though, forget about that. Make sure you're wearing your hunter's orange, has to be visible, outside layer, vest, hat, maybe a combination of both, and you're going to want to register your harvest after you collect it, either through the DNR website or on the DNR app. Another thing, and this is for you non-hunters out there, if you're somebody who likes to go out and maybe run or walk the dog, go for a jog, bike ride, whatever it is, early in the morning on some public land, you might want to think about that a little extra carefully this year. I would recommend avoid going out in those spots. If you like to run on a trail where deer frequent, I would avoid being out there when the sun comes up and when the sun sets. That's because that's when the deer are most active, and coincidentally that's when hunters are most active. So it's a good way to avoid any potential conflict. Also, if you're out running at all, spending time out in the outdoors, like I said, walking the dog maybe, probably not a bad idea to wear hunter's orange if you have it, or at least some other bright clothing so you stand out, you don't blend into your surroundings. Now we've got a better, more in-depth look at this year's hunting season. Regulation links, safety tips, a look at archery season where the numbers were actually lower when it came to success when compared to last year, on our website, fox17online.com, so go and check it out. Reporting from way out in the backcountry, way out in the woods,
Yeah.
Andy Curtis, back to you too in the suburban studio.
Well,
yep, way out here, guys.
Andy, this may not surprise
Surprised you get a signal. We're so far out.
So far out. Janice and I have actually never been hunting. You know, that might not surprise you, but what is well, I know.
I don't believe that for a second, Elliot.
News this morning. But what is the longest you'll stay in a stand before
you should have told me to sit down first.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
What's the longest you'll stay in a stand before you're just going to call it quits?
Ooh, now that all depends by how comfortable you are, what your plans are, where you're at. So during the rut, which a lot of people kind of agree on was last week, you could sit out there for 12 hours, sun up to sundown, legal shooting light, well, before legal shooting light because you want to get to your stand, then after. I did 10 hours on last Saturday with a little hour
Where'd you go
break
to the bathroom?
just to
what happened?
get some lunch.
10 hours.
What are you packing for snacks too?
10
That's
hours.
what I want to know.
10.
Dedication.
Nothing. I raw dog it. I go out there. I let that hunger fuel my hunting.
Okay, Andy.
Well, thank you, Andy.
Thanks.
All right. Those are the tips from the master.
9:12.
Still
ahead
ahead
for you this morning.
Well, from venison to beef.